Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Demon Slayer Season 1, Episode 15, called Mount Natagumo. I said that wrong. You know I said that wrong. I will hear the pronunciation in the episode and we will be all over that, don't you worry.
Some of you might be wondering
why this is such a janky setup.
I wish you guys could see this. So we're in the middle of Mexico at a tournament for Sarah. A little unexpected travel, so we didn't have everything locked in and recorded before we left like we normally do. So instead of just saying, we're not going to do the episode, we have our camera piled on a stack of books that we traveled with. The computer is sitting on a rolly chair. We're on the edge of the bed. We have no idea how this is going to turn out, but we know you guys are always asking for more episodes, so we figured less episodes was not an option.
This just proves how committed we are to you guys, okay? So I don't want to hear any comments about how half of our faces are in the shadows. I don't want to hear about how we're in a creepy looking room. We know, okay? But we love you. And so we are making this happen for you. So let's all just be glad that we're trying our best here. As Adam said, we had some very unexpected things happen in our lives lately with family emergencies and yeah.
Volleyball emergencies and...
We are usually on top of things, but life happens. So here we are, we're trying our best, so yeah.
I need a recap, because I have no idea where we are or what's happening. So... the one thing I do remember, and I forget his name, shocker.
Inosuke.
Yeah, but I like him more after watching...
Boar guy?
No, the other one.
Zenitsu.
I like him more after the last episode than I had at any other time during the show. So for those of you who said I'd come around, I've come around at least a little bit. I hope he's less whiny and less annoying, but definitely redeeming qualities.
So we know Adam needs a recap. So Inosuke, his mask came off.
Yeah.
Very pretty boy. Then they all went to the house with the Wisteria
the drum
family
guy.
crest.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're bringing back the Nightmare Before Christmas here. The old lady host, kind of looking like Jack Skellington, but she and her family have got to take care of the Demon Slayer Corps because they saved them. Nezuko came out of the box. Inosuke was too tired to really think about it, which is wild because he was having a literal fit about it before. And Zenitsu doesn't know what to do because she's so pretty.
Oh, we're good. And the
we go.
The crow is sending them on another mission.
We think so.
Yeah.
But he's letting them rest for a little first.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully Adam remembers where we're at. That was a good little synopsis. But Season 1, Episode 15 of Demon Slayer is coming right now.
Sparkles.
Here we go.
Tanjiro.
Oh boy. That was intense.
His eyeballs. The red capillaries of his eyeballs with the teardrops at the same time.
I have to admit, watching the electricity sparkle around him, the thing that popped through my mind was Pikachu, and then all I could hear in my mind was Pikachu, Pikachu.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know how she fits in there.
I don't know how her legs aren't just toast.
The robe, though.
No. Oh my gosh.
Nezuko is gonna pummel him.
He is girl crazy.
What is happening?
He flipped a switch real quick.
Probably hasn't had a bath in months.
Pleasant to the touch. He's probably never been treated so kindly by
Probably
humans
not.
before. How is he ready to kill everybody?
It's like circus.
We're continuing the chaos from last episode. Zenitsu was ready to frickin' blow a gasket that they had a demon in his presence, and now, I mean,
Everybody's okay with it.
we met him when he was trying to marry a girl. I think this guy's just girl crazy.
Here's my prediction. Whenever there's not a demon to fight, it's gonna be utter mayhem, and then they're gonna end up working really well together to complete the mission. It's gonna go from nonsense to business to nonsense to business continually.
You're probably right.
That was quick.
How much time has passed?
Yeah.
They all had broken bones. Oh.
You better?
Let's go! I feel like a shark in the water. Hey, let's get moving.
You're bringing me closer so I can squawk really loud.
Not the southeast this time, the northeast.
No complaints, just going.
She is so tiny and cute. Because he hasn't been around people, he doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. Thought he was trying to light his mask on fire. He's still not sure what to make of her.
No. He's running normal.
Raised alone on a mountain. That's good advice. Is it just me, or does it look like they're trying really hard but not getting very far, running very fast? The opposite of everything you do, generally.
He's like, see you later.
Not shocking. Alright, throw me a prediction here. What do you think is at the mountain waiting for them?
I think it's gonna be a little while before we see one of the 12 demon moons again. I think this one's gonna be pretty basic.
Yeah.
Comparatively. I think it's gonna get a little interesting because this will be the first time that they have to work together. So I think there's gonna be some growing pains of them being a team. But I think overall it'll be more straightforward than the last couple.
I don't know what I think the abilities will be, but I think the demon will have something that challenges each of them, and like they won't be able to win unless they work together. That's my prediction.
Interesting.
Of course they arrive at night.
Right, ripe for demons. I mean,
looks a little ominous.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Uh-oh. Zenitsu should have been able to hear that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh. I heard the sound.
So did I. You gotta go or you're gonna get left behind.
Yeah. Well, let Nezuko out. She could help too.
Ooh, another guy part of the core?
Oh, whoa. Did you see those little strings?
Yeah. It's gonna be like a spider demon. Tree spider.
Come on, Zenitsu.
Not an ounce of caution whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Which is also very dangerous.
Yeah.
There are little spiders! It's like Aragog's family from Harry Potter. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I hate that you're always right in this show. Look at all those people.
My brain went to Lord of the Rings, but yes, it's also an apt comparison.
Is it a girl?
I feel like there needs to be like a stealth component to this.
I take back what I said about it being more straightforward. No. Mm-mm. Where's Zenitsu? He's gonna get caught in the web.
ありがとう。伊之助も一緒に来ると言ってくれて心強かった。
He's
Kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
中から来たよじれたようなまがまがしい匂いに俺は少し体がすくんだんだ。ありがとう。
肌触りも良くて気持ちがいいですよ。どのような時でも誇り高く生きてくださいませ。ごぶん。
伊之助。行こう。応援に来ました。階級水のとかまど炭治郎です。水のとなんで柱じゃないんだ。
Take whatever help you can get.
来ても同じだ。意味がない。
Live with great pride.
存在自体意味がねえんだよ。さっさと状況を説明しやがれ弱みそが。なんだこいつ。
おー。
先輩なのに。カラスから指令が入って。10人の隊員がここに来た。
Ooh, this is gonna be a bad,
I could
bad
not.
demon.
I could not have been more wrong.
隊員が
Mind control?
隊員同士で切り合いになって。
Whoa. It's like
私
you.
の子供たちはほとんどやられてしまったのか。そこには十二気づきがいるかもしれない。柱を生かせなくてはならないようだ。
We're gonna meet some.
忍ぶ。
行為。
I have chills.
みんな仲良くすればいいのに。富岡さんもそう思いません？
無理な話だ。鬼が人を食らう限りは。
Fair. So we're gonna potentially meet some of the 12 and the next. Is it one rank or two or more
I don't know
ranks?
how many. There were 10 ranks or something, weren't there, at the beginning when the twins like were listing them
I
off?
think so.
Here I am being like,
Easy peasy.
we're gonna have a little break. No, this just keeps escalating. I think we are gonna be in for a multi-episode saga here.
I don't think we'll meet the demon this episode.
Oh. Wait, who's the guy? I thought the guy that was like tending to the crow was Giyu, but Giyu was the guy, the Hashira that he's sending.
Yeah.
So who's that guy with the very blunt haircut with the curtain bangs?
He's got to be the core CEO.
I'm just happy we've graduated from corpse.
Small steps.
So they're gonna fight side by side with Giyu.
Yeah, we're amping up for like a war.
And also, what was wrong with that crow?
I don't know. Maybe a spider bit? Caught in the web? You look at me crazy when I make predictions, and then my predictions are right.
I can't tell if you're making predictions or if you're trying to be funny, and if you're trying to be funny, it's just not sticking with me.
Let's watch a little more of the episode.
I'm just gonna say they've never seen some lower ranked demon slayers like these guys.
普通置いていくか。仲間を道端に。
No, but you gotta do your job.
仲間なら2人で説得してくれたらさ、行くからね。
Don't feel sorry for yourself.
それなのに2人でさ、怖い山の中へスタコラさせたですか？
That's not fair.
No.
置き去りにされた俺の気持ちを。
Oh. He's like, come on, let's go. Listen to your sparrow.
いいな、お前は気楽で何もわかんないよな、人間のことなんて。
お前可愛くないよ。ほんとそういうとこ。もうほんと絶対可愛くない。鬼のネズコちゃんがあんなに可愛いのに、スズメのお前が凶暴じゃん。あいつネズコちゃん持ってった。なんで俺の大切なネズコちゃん持ってってんだ。とんでもねえ。
Nezuko, the ultimate motivator.
Yes.
連れてくな女の子。バカバカバカ。
He's like completely just bypassed the fact that she's a demon.
Yeah. That's his motivator now. Helpless people, he needs to defend them.
Or pretty girls.
この音
Fair enough.
なんだ？まただ。え？またこの音だ。この音が聞こえてきて、気づいたら
Skittering spiders.
同士が切り合いになったんだ。音はどこから？
You need somebody with really good hearing.
What are they, like Demon Slayer zombies? I mean, he looks like a drunk guy.
Yeah.
こいつらみんなバカだぜ。隊員同士でやり合うのはご法度だって知らねえんだ。
He was fighting Zenitsu.
何かに操られている。
よし。じゃぶった切ってやるぜ。
ダメだ。生きてる。まだ生きてる人も混じってる。それに仲間の亡骸を傷つけるわけにはいかない。
否定ばっか。散々な。うわっ。
That's his solution to everything.
Just headbutt people. Don't.
That works.
No. I thought he was gonna kill him.
So did I.
甘い奇妙な匂い。
Spiders.
Cut those strings. They're like little marionettes
糸で操られて
for
る。
the Spider Queen.
お前より俺が先に気づいてた。
Of course.
操っている鬼の位置。なんだ、すごい刺激臭だ。一瞬だけど。これは
No.
雲が操り糸をつないでいるのか。
Oh my gosh, this is so interesting.
She's like a marionettist.
私の可愛い
Puppet master?
Yeah.
手足がもげるまで踊り狂ってね。
糸を切るだけじゃダメだ。また雲が操り糸をつなぐ。だからまた刺激臭。なんだこれは。風に乗って流れてきてる。
じゃあその雲を皆殺しにすればいいってことだな。
無理だ。雲は小さいし、多分かなり数がいる。操っている鬼を見つけなければいけないんだよ。
He would. I think he would do that for days.
伊之助、もし君が鬼の位置を正確に探る何らかの力を持っているなら協力してくれ。さっきから変な匂いが流れてきていて、俺の鼻がうまく機能しないんだ。それから村田だ。村田さんと俺で操られ れている人たちは何とかする。伊之助は
That's kind of
僕たち
cool.
家族の静かな暮らしを邪魔す
Wait,
る
that's a different one.
No,
That's a different one.
I don't think so.
No, that is a boy, a man, and the one like pulling the strings was a woman. She had way longer hair and it was white, and this guy's got like a great perm.
Okay, fair enough. But this, what an interesting concept for like I thought it was gonna be mind control, but the way they were moving, being controlled like puppets, was incredibly well done.
This is very interesting.
Well, they can't kill their fellow, I don't know what to call them, demon slayers, so they have to avoid them.
That's a good place to start.
I was gonna say like co-workers or whatever was what
They're
popped into mind.
Tanjiro said teammates.
Yeah, there you go. But now they have to find them, kill them, without hurting anyone else, and without the little spiders, like, getting on them as well.
Oh my gosh. I just don't like... Obviously there's a lot of little spiders that are reattaching, and like all the spiders are kind of attached to like the mother spider demon lady. But holy, that is a monumental task, okay?
I'm curious how they're gonna accomplish it.
Also, Inosuke, not a team player. We knew this already.
He's gonna get there and play a pivotal role.
He will get there, undoubtedly. He's learning humanity lessons already. But like, hey, we got some zombie demon slayers coming after us, and he just gets mad and headbutts Tanjiro in the stomach.
Well, he punched the other guy in the face, so...
Anyways, très intéressant. He's on the spider webs.
家族ってお前らなんてすぐに母さんが
You were right.
Oh. Did you see his eyeball?
Yeah.
No. Bad idea. Oh. He's like, cool, see you later. The number of back landings we've seen.
あの子はおそらく操り糸の鬼じゃないんだ。だからまず先に。
分かったっついな。鬼の居場所を探れってことだろ。うるせえってこたろが。
Forehead. Ah!
けだものの呼吸、七の型、空間色覚。
Spatial awareness.
Interesting.
Oh, dang.
Like an echolocation.
Beast breathing seventh form.
That's incredibly useful.
Oh, he can like make a map.
Mm-hmm.
見つけた。そこか。
Now I'm gonna go charging in.
He's not the king of subtlety.
誰にも邪魔はさせない。僕たちは家族5人で幸せに暮らすんだ。僕たちの絆は誰にも切れない。
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be tough. 5 of them?
Question for you.
Hit me.
Do you think they are a found family, like a formed family, or do you think they were turned together and just like by proximity became a family, or do you think they're legitimately blood family?
I feel like they probably have to be blood family because only one person can turn other demons. So it's not like the mother could create other demons, unless they're not really demons. but I think they are. So I feel like it's a family situation.
And their look was the same.
Yeah. That's my instinct.
Well, the mother was referring to them as her dolls.
No, those were the people that she had the strings on.
No, yeah, they were.
Okay.
She was referring to them as her dolls.
Yeah.
Not the guy at the end.
Yeah. No, I mean I bet you it's actually a family.
Do you think this family counts as 5 of the 12 demon moons, or do you think as a group they are considered 1?
Probably just 1. And I don't even know
because
if
then
they
we would have
qualify
taken
as
out like half of them already
Yeah.
once this is done.
Well, you're assuming they win.
Well, of course. Of course they're gonna win.
See, this is the thing. So far with this show, it's like the setup episodes really draw you in. Like it's super creative. It's really interesting, and it could go like a number of different ways. So I'm really curious to see what happens.
Do a mission. It's so like engaging and so interesting, and like the whole concept is amazing. Chaos for 2 episodes, and then we're back. Like, I need to know more. This is the beast breathing, 7th form spatial awareness.
I really like that. That's his ability, and it makes sense. Like he grew up like alone in the forest. Like he'd have a really good sense of everything around him. I like the ability.
So we got Zenitsu with his thunder.
And he can hear really well.
Yes, Tanjiro with water, and he can smell really well, and Inosuke with beast breathing, and has good spatial awareness.
Yeah.
Dude!
And I'm curious to see the higher level core guys and what their abilities are, and like if do you think they'll have the quest completed by the time they get there, or are they gonna end up saving them? Like it could go any number of places.
I am ready to see Giyu in action. We haven't seen him in action since like episode 2.
Yeah.
And that was a basic demon. Okay? So
Just like this one, right?
we know that I'm good for a faulty prediction. That is my role here, okay? Just throwing out random stuff. None of it's right. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be real spicy. But we'd like to know your thoughts. Don't give anything away though, because we are very invested. I don't want any spoilers, but we would love to hear your thoughts. What did you think when you saw this episode? If you can remember back that far, because I know you guys are experts. As always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, even though we're in the jankiest setup ever. Remember, we're doing this for you, so give us a like anyways, and subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna see what happens here. Demon Slayer episode 16 is coming next week. Thanks, guys.